Hey guys, welcome back to Amanda's Favorites, where I have new videos every week, usually on Tuesdays at noon. And I also share a monthly Zoom call with my patrons and throw up extra personal videos there too. So if you'd like to check that out, that link is always down in the description. Today's videos is one of my favorites of the year. I know I say that probably a couple times a year, but this really is one of my favorite videos. It is my 2024 planner stack. That means I'm going to kind of take you through all the planners I plan to use, kind of show you where I've come from, what I used in 2023 too. I don't always do that, but I think I've grabbed everything to be able to do that, to show you kind of where I've come from this year and where we've landed to start 2024. I will also link my 2023 stack video. So if you want to, when I kind of show you what I've used this year, if you want more details on that and to see how I started out the year of 2023, I will link that video, as well as my 2023 planning updates playlist. That's where I've updated you almost every quarter, and I've done a mid-year stack so you can see how my year played out, what I dropped out at different times and what I started new. So those links will all be down in the description. This is just going to be one of those personal, more chatty videos. I will not do as much editing to the video itself, and we will just let the conversation flow where it goes. This is going to be just all my thoughts for 2024 and where I am right now. Now, I am having to film this a little bit early since we are taking my son to college right after Christmas. I think we're leaving 3 days after Christmas. And I wanted to get this video up before we left. And so I am filming this in the very last days of November. So this is where my mind is for 2024 at this time. I will do a quarterly stack video every quarter next year. I really have that as a goal because I like to see kind of where I'm going to and what I've dropped and what I'm still using. And in this video, I'm also going to share with you guys, this is the big video of the year where I share all the journals. Like, what journals have I used for 2023 and what do I plan on using for 2024? And I don't always pull those journals in for every quarterly stack because it's a lot to pull in. And generally, I continue those journals through the whole year. I don't drop out of journals a lot. This might be this, and then the mid-year stack might be my only stacks that I actually pull and give any journal updates on. Without further ado, that was a lot of ado. Let's just jump right in. All right, for my weekly planner in 2023, what have I been in? I have been in Laurel Denise. I think I was in Laurel Denise till about March of this year. Yep, and that finished up about 6 months in my weekly horizontal Laurel Denise. And if you're more interested in all about how I plan in these, you need to check out my previous planning updates under that playlist for 2023 because I take you all through all this. So I was in Laurel Denise from about September of 2022 to March of 2023. I loved it for those 6 months. I really did. It was a big change to me to be able to have my month along with my week and my monthly list. That was the big change for me because I always keep my monthly in my Ashley Shelly notebook planner up on my desk. I also do want to note that I went through really thoroughly how I'm planning right now, like how I'm planning in my last stack update video. So I think that will have been I think it was my Q4 is what I named it, 2023 stack video. And so I'm going to link that even separately down there so you can find it. That's when I had switched into MOMAGENDA and I went thoroughly through how I plan. So I do always like to see my Ashley Shelly notebook planner is basically like my wall calendar, but it sits on my desk on an acrylic easel and it's up all the time because I like to see my 3 views all the time, my monthly, my weekly, and my daily list, of which now for my daily list, no big surprise, you guys. I was in Simplified for a while, right? But I hadn't been in a daily planner for my daily list for quite a long time. I went back to my trusty little Becky Higgins notebooks for my daily list. You guys know that is what I land in the most, this or Planner Perfect for my daily list. So I am back in that and plan to be for starting 2024. I never really planned to use a daily planner at this point in my life. I plan to either use Becky Higgins notebooks or Planner Perfect notebooks. And I will share Planner Perfect, if you don't know what that is, in my journal stack. And everything I talk about in this video will be linked down below for you to be able to find my discount codes, affiliate links, and my main playlist for each one of these products for you to be able to find out. And if there's something I didn't link that you need to know about, just stick a comment down below and I am happy to help you out, because there are definitely things I may forget and questions you might have. Ask those down below. So I do like to see my whole view at all times, but just Laurel Denise gives you that in her plan. I was in Laurel Denise till March. Then in March, I went back into my trusty ERIN CONDREN. For the last 6 years, I've been in ERIN CONDREN Weekly more than anything else in my life. ERIN CONDREN Weekly is what I always come back to. And I know I'm going to have some questions about these stickers are HANCANPLAN, and I have an ongoing discount code with her. I think it's 20% off. I'll put it on the screen here, but I also will put it down in the description. They are amazing decorative stickers that go with the ERIN CONDREN colors. HANCANPLAN. Love her. And so you can see I'm mainly a functional planner, but I do use Planner Perfect stickers and HANCANPLAN stickers in here. So I jumped back in here, and I was in here until, when did I switch to MOMAGENDA? Right about, yep, right then. Right about the very end of September, I switched to MOMAGENDA. But whenever I look back at my ERIN CONDREN, you guys, I said this in my last videos, with the Planner Perfect stickers and the ERIN CONDREN colors, I really, really do miss it. I mean, I make no commitment in this video that I'm going to stay in any planner. Because you guys know more than anything, I have moved out of ERIN CONDREN to be in Golden Quail for a number of months, off and on, to be in Laurel Denise, and now to be in MOMAGENDA. But over the last 6 years, what I've been in the most and always come back to is ERIN CONDREN. So we will see if I come back to ERIN CONDREN. I really do miss the colors and the fonts. Just seeing it in my daily planning, because I'm actually using a vertical ERIN CONDREN right now for recording gratitudes. But look how beautiful that is. Oh my goodness. This is making me want to jump right back in ERIN CONDREN whenever I pull this out, especially with the little touches of the Planner Perfect stickers and the HANCANPLAN stickers and the paper and the colors and the fonts. Okay, so, but I'm not in ERIN CONDREN right now, but that doesn't mean that I won't be for into next year. We'll see my Q1 stack video and see where I am, right? But where I am right now, starting 2024, is MOMAGENDA. And the reason why I jumped into MOMAGENDA, I don't really use the monthly layouts, just for sometimes at a glance or big things. It's basically for kind of like keeping track of big things I want to remember for the month, not daily appointments and to-dos such as thing, which goes on here. Since there's a Monday start, my good friend Jana gave me an idea. She draws around, because our brain can't always remember Monday start and we'll write things in different places. She draws around Saturday and Sunday, and I even like to put a line down there with a mild liner, and it so helps me remember when I glance at this page that like, oh yeah, here's the weekend together, and makes my brain remember that Monday is over there. I do like that there's 2 ribbon bookmarks, because I can keep one on the month where I just want to jot like monthly to-do lists or notes down or something there. And then I usually keep my other one actually back here. I have a lot of notes in there in the notes section, but I just put it on the week I was on so I could find it. But I usually keep it in the notes section back here to just make any notes that I need to. Yep. So it was already, I was thinking of kind of big things, projects for next year that I want to get done. So I am in MOMAGENDA because it is working so well for me. And my Planner Perfect tape in here, her washi tape every month, and by adding some seasonal colors with Tombow markers, these are ERIN CONDREN dual tips and mild liners, really have made me happy in this planner. So as you can see, I love that there's at least space above the date to put a washi, and I cover up the quote with a washi. And this is the first time I've ever put the tiny washi at the bottom. Having the washi does truly help me to be happy in this planner, because it adds monthly color and seasonality to it. I have not drawn all these weeks ahead, but I did add some washi in there. And kind of, you know, I put all kinds of sticky notes and I write ahead of things I want to remember. So I will say I would love to have a planner just already set up like this that I don't have to go in and draw in, but it doesn't take that much time for me to go in and draw. I draw a line here. Now that I figured it out, it took me a couple of weeks In here, I figured out what I need and I can change it up as I need it, which is really helpful. Marking things off with big black marks helps me to see what I have left for the week, and then I can decide, does that truly need to move to the next week, or is it not important anymore? And I don't even need to move it. I can really easily see what got done and what didn't get done that week. And I can change my colors based on the season. Every week can look a little bit different, and I like that. In my last Q4 planning update, I went over a lot more how I plan in here. This is the week I started. This was my first week, although I have played in MOMAGENDA even in this one earlier this year. And I have played in MOMAGENDA on the other years that I reviewed it. I was like, can I make this work for me? But I never made the switch. I don't know what made me finally make the switch. And you'll see my first week was very rough looking and I didn't love the feel of it because it takes a little time to get comfortable in a new planner, you guys. We have to give it a little bit of time because anything new, any change is going to feel a little bit hard, a little bit uncomfortable. So jumping in here each week, I felt a little more comfortable. I started to feel what categories I wanted for my big weekly list and where I wanted to place them on the page. At first, I thought I wanted a box for my work task every day, but then I kind of took that box out. If I do it again, I think I would make it at the top because I was not really paying attention to it as well, being down here. So yeah, I'm still working out all the kinks of this system, but it is working relatively well for me. It might look like a mess to anyone else, but I love being able to see. I love the 7x9 size because it fits on my desk. I really don't need any bigger, but I also don't want any smaller. I like the 1.5-inch sized columns. I just like the light blue lines. It doesn't interfere with me trying to see the whole page or write all the way across here. I do my errands in this little category thing here. And then a bigger to-do section. I like to write longer things, email or call, and orders. That's kind of what I have it down to right now. But a lot of times I don't even have this section filled up with much and I just write extra notes there. I have my top 3 for the week here. And then I did start drawing a line here for appointments or like going out things or big things just to kind of note that it's above the line, and then just any other daily to-dos. And then I can always see my list all week long. That is what I love about this. I'm not ever flipping, and it's not boxes that are really carved out that are hard for me to write across and not seem really busy. So that is why it's working for me. I go more into depth in my Q4 stack video, but basically that's why I'm in MOMAGENDA. Do I wish it had 80-pound paper? Yes. Would I love like ERIN CONDREN paper and ERIN CONDREN colors in here every month and fonts? Yes. But this is what I have to work with, and it is working really well for me. And as we are about to go out of town, like I said, in December to take Pierce to college, I am going to bring this planner with me. We'll see how it works with, on the go. I won't be using it a lot. A lot of times I don't use my planner a lot when we leave, but we will have a lot of stuff to get done while we're there and planning out our days of what we want to do while we're there before we leave and he starts school. I think it will come in handy. It does not have a band. And with me keeping it open all the time on my desk, you can see it tends to bow out a little bit like that. So the cover isn't going flush. That's fine with me because I like how it lays flat. And I always have it open on my desk. And I love that it lays completely flat. It's an 18-month planner, so I'm not changing it right now at this busy time of year, which I also like. It's weird because I went back and forth on that. I don't need an 18-month planner, and so I'd kind of rather it just be 12 months. But then it is nice at this time of year when it's the busy time of year and I'm not straddling 2 planners. And with us leaving out of town right now, it's actually really nice that I'm not changing planners right now. So that is what I'm in right now. I have an ongoing 10% off code for MOMAGENDA. It's Amanda's Favorites and an affiliate link. And of course, I have a full detailed review on all of what MOMAGENDA offers. They offer the same planner in coiled. They offer other sizes. They offer my agendas instead of MOMAGENDAs. I show you all those differences in my review video. I'm linking all that down in the description. So that's what I'm starting off with my weekly planner. All right, next up, we won't spend as much time on this, but I have switched to LAUREL DENISE for my content planning. I switched, I think, where was that? September. I switched in September to Laurel Denise for my content planner. Before, I always used a clipboard for years, for all these 6 years. I've used a clipboard with a monthly printed. I would buy it from an Etsy shop. I really liked her clean monthly without a whole bunch of stuff on it. Let's see if I can reach it. This is what I would use before. And I had already printed it for 2024, as you can see. And I really do still like some things about this system better, but overall, the Laurel Denise is working better, and I'll tell you why for my content planning. This would sit up on my desk on an acrylic easel, and it would just be my big stuff, my YouTube videos, mainly only. If there was some big, huge sale or something, it might go on here too, but mainly just my YouTube videos with sticky notes would go on here so I could move them all around, right? And I could pre-plan the whole year. And I like that I can easily flip from month to month like this as I'm moving stuff. That works so well for me. But then my weekly plans, my weekly of kind of what I'm doing on Instagram and how that coordinates with my videos would go in a golden coil. And I did that for years. I guess you could say this is the year of the big switch, because here is the golden coil layout that I used for that for years. I would use this weekly, Monday through Fridays on this side, and I don't post a lot on Saturday and Sunday or ever plan anything. Sometimes I use this section of what I needed to film or do, and sometimes I didn't. But the point is, I've been using this layout from Golden Coil for years, and that clipboard for my YouTube videos, and then I would write YouTube videos in here on red or any other big things in here on red, and it would stand out. And this just worked so well for me, this system. And so I'm not saying I'll never go back to it, because I'm only 3 months into using the Laurel Denise for my content. This worked so well, and I love the feel of Golden Coil, and I do just really love Golden Coil. Right here is just me playing around with planning a week in here, because I have been playing around with a lot of weekly layouts in Golden Coil lately. So you never know. My weekly planner next year could be a jump into Golden Coil, and actually not even back to ERIN CONDREN or not staying in MOMAGENDA. Who knows? Golden Coil is really always an option because they have so many different weekly layouts and their quality is just amazing. Back to my content planning. Why I'm loving this right now is this has reduced 2 acrylic easels on my desk, one holding up my Golden Coil and one holding up my YouTube clipboard, and having to look at both of them, right, to coordinate things, because I really can write small enough to fit the weekly stuff I need in here. It is so nice. It's been so nice to look at my monthly and my weekly right here next to each other. For content planning, I feel like this has been amazing. The only thing I've missed is easily flipping through my clipboard this way to plan the months, because I have to open this whole thing and flip monthly. Okay. That's the only thing I've missed. Not a big enough reason to switch back yet for me. And what else have I missed? There was something else. Oh, I know what it is. So in Laurel Denise, a monthly, this is why I've kind of pre-planned next year this way. Next year's is a little bit bigger than this year's Laurel Denise, and we talk about that in my Laurel Denise review video. I have a 10% off code you can use over and over again, Amanda's Favorites with Laurel Denise, and an affiliate link. All linked down below. So next year, I've already had to start to pre-plan. The thing that kind of messes me up in Laurel Denise, and I'm using the horizontal, as you can see. I don't use this side at all because it's all on an easel and it's all flipped to this side. So I can see my weekly and my monthly at the same time. Why this is working so well for me is that being able to see it, reducing to 1 easel instead of 2 on my desk. But the thing that was messing me up is that Laurel Denise always shows her going into next month in a light number there. As I was pre-planning, I really noticed how that messed me up, because her weekly, you don't have a choice. You know how sometimes you could have a choice there to say, oh, do I want to finish out the month here or switch here? But since my weekly is only here, you know what I'm saying? My weekly starts over here. That I can't switch, whenever I want, just because it's doubled on the monthly, because it's not doubled on the weekly. So I basically have to look where the weekly ends over here. And I'm like, okay, the weekly ends on the 28th over here. So I need to mark these off so I know for monthly, don't write anything here, or I have to double write it to know that the monthly plans are going here, because that is when the weekly starts. I don't know if that makes any sense to you or if I completely confused you. Also, I chose a Monday start because I like a Sunday start better on my months, but for content planning, I really like a Monday up top here because I don't ever plan to post anything on Sunday and rarely plan for Saturday sometimes, but off on Sundays. So it's nice to just have that at the bottom and Monday as the start of my week. I felt like I could deal more with the Monday start being here than the Sunday start being here. And if you pick Sunday start with Laurel Denise, then it's going to be Sunday on your monthly and Sunday start on your weekly. There's not a choice to have Sunday start on your monthly and Monday start on your weekly, maybe somewhere years down the line, right? When she grows huge. I'd love to know what you guys like for that because I know that seems a little crazy. Laurel Denise has said, I can't wrap my head around that, you know, making the monthly with a Sunday start here and a Monday start on your weekly. But lots of planners do that. They're just not on the same page. So I'd love to hear your thoughts on that because that's what I would choose for this. But I can easily fix that problem with drawing my line just like in MOMAGENDA around Saturday and Sunday. And that really helps my brain. It really fixes the problem for me. And I should do it in a monthly color that I like for that month. It tells me that's the weekend and reminds me that this is Monday. I am really loving this for content. Also, there is plenty of room on each monthly for content ideas or just notes that you need to take. There are some note pages at the back of the Laurel Denise, not a huge amount, but you can actually add in extra pages with her. She has extra pop-in pages. All that is in my Laurel Denise review video. So check it out if you have questions. But right now, this horizontal weekly is going to be my content planner for 2024. I don't really see that changing. So much so, I mean, I can't guarantee anything, like I said, that I already have things mapped out literally for the whole year. Like when Pierce's school gets out, so I could wrap my head around that with videos and launch season. Launches, I basically predict when big launches happen. So anything you've seen on here, I have 0 dates from companies, you guys. 0. I have no inside information there. This is me predicting when things are going to happen so that I could start to wrap my head around the year and plan. And let me tell you, these Laurel Denise sticky notes, I'm going to have to go grab them, have been another game changer in my content planning, you guys. Game changer. And yes, I have this much mapped out to the end of 2024, and it is making me feel amazing, okay? To just feel a little bit of more control in my content. I'm not always this organized. I do have my YouTube kind of where I map things out, but this just really helps me. This planner, I have to say, really helped me and motivate me to wrap my head around everything and where are the holidays and blah, blah, blah. So, and where do I want to have no videos so I can actually have holiday time off with my family when Pierce is home, and to really put that in red and really tell myself, no matter how much you want to do something, you're not doing it. Oh, let me grab the sticky notes because they are amazing. All right, in the Laurel Denise review video, we go all through the sticky notes because she makes one. This is the one that fits a vertical planner. But let me tell you why I like it the best, even though I'm using horizontal. These yellow ones, you can tell how many I've already used, right? These yellow ones fit the monthly squares the best out of any of them with being able to still see the number of the day. So these are my favorites because they fit the monthly squares with still being able to see the number of the day. I love that this is the vertical one, but very useful, I feel like, still in the horizontal because these fit well in the horizontal. You know, you can use these in any parts of the horizontal here for extra notes too. So if I was picking up one sticky notepad from Laurel Denise, I would pick up the vertical personally because if you want them for the monthly boxes. I do show you how the other horizontal ones fit in the monthly boxes. They cover the number, I believe, all the way. I'm trying to remember. I show all that in the Laurel Denise review video. We go through each sticky notepad she has, the horizontal, the vertical, the project planner. So it's all in the Laurel Denise review video. And I didn't have a chance to try them out for a long time before that video, but now I have. I've been using them for months. And they stick really well, you guys. They stick really well. This is a huge winner from Laurel Denise. Any of these sticky notepads that you want to buy, I fully would say are worth it. And you can use my 10% off code on every purchase over and over, Amanda's Favorites. And if my videos have helped you, I would be so grateful if you remember to click through my affiliate link when you're making a purchase for any of the companies. You still sign into your account, you get your points. That just shows the company how many people I bring to them. It's the way I get products to review for you guys, to do the big review videos at launch time early for you guys. And I also make a small percentage of the sale. And that's the way I keep my channel going for all the time and work I put into it. So I am so grateful when you go the extra step and click through my affiliate link when you're purchasing. Laurel Denise, I'm very happy about my content planner for next year. And this was my content planner for this year after I had used it for my personal planning. Like at the beginning of the year, right? I showed you. I came for my personal planning. The big change in Laurel Denise from this year to next year, 2024, is her weekends are no longer stacked. And that's why it's a little bit bigger. And I personally love that. So I'm really excited to be in this one. Even though I don't have to write a lot on my weekends for content, because I don't necessarily plan content on the weekends, I still like the little bit bigger size. I really do. So I'm a big fan of that. But since this was my personal planner starting out this year, I actually did my goal planning in here. So we'll touch on this a little bit, but I'll do a whole nother goal planning video for you guys. We'll do a whole video on that. But I will tell you what I'm thinking about using for my goal planner. I did all my goal planning on Laurel Denise for 2023. If you want to see how I did that, I will link that video down in the description. I call it my goals, projects, intentions. Most of my goals for like life intentions are around my habits, actually. And a lot of these are projects and big things that need to get done on the house or with the family. And so most of my intentions and like real heart goals are really actually connected to my habits. And those are my big, long, year-long habit trackers. I share all about that in this 2023 goal planning video in my Laurel Denise. That's a link down below. You can check it out. But because her big pages worked so well for me on this, and I just pulled my goals into my months here, and then I continued to use this kind of for my goal planning base, even when I moved out of it for my weekly planning, because I really liked it. And look how cute Laurel Denise's stickers are on this forest green one. So let me tell you what I'm thinking for goal planning this year, but we're not going to go all through it. That'll be a whole nother video. Since I used my normal size Laurel Denise weekly for my goal planning last year, since I had started in that and was using it as my weekly planner. And so I just continued in that because that's where my mind maps were and everything. I am thinking about either using her project planner or the Laurel Denise mini for my goal planner for next year. It will just hold my monthly projects, intentions, goals, no matter what weekly planner I'm in, then it's all housed in one of these, and it doesn't matter which weekly planner I'm in or out of. I could use a blank notebook for this, you guys. With the way I do goal planning, I could use any monthly planner or any blank notebook, the way that I've been doing my goal planning and intentions for the past couple of years. But I have these Laurel Denise. I'm so lucky, to have been gifted them for review for my big review video. And so I'm like, why not use something fun and amazing if I have it, right? Sure, I could use a plain notebook, right? But if I have it, I'm going to use something fun and amazing and beautifully crafted. It just makes me happier and more excited to be in it. So the reason I'm thinking about using the mini, and all these are stuck in here just from my video where I show you like what vertical sticky notes fit where, what horizontal sticky notes fit where. So that's all in my Laurel Denise review video. I'm thinking the mini will work for me because I don't really need the monthly layouts. Let's look at a blank month. I was also showing you how these stuck in here. And I probably won't use the weeklies in here, to be honest. I'll probably just use the monthly as a big gauge and maybe just write huge things on it. And then mainly what my goals, projects, and everything would go on would be on these pages right here, on just the monthly page. And I figure I can leave this turned over, always sitting behind me on my little bookshelf that's behind me, behind my desk. Or I could even stick it on an acrylic easel on my desk. It's small enough. That's what makes it so handy. And I think this space is big enough every month for me. Like my mind maps for the year would be back here. And I think these pages are plenty big for me to do my mind maps on. Sure, I loved the big, huge pages, and there's only a few of these, but I think they're enough for my yearly mind maps and then my monthly stuff. So even though I won't be using the weekly, like I said, I think I just love the size of the mini, that this might be my goal planner for 2024. But then I looked at the project planner and I was like, well, this could also be my goal planner for 2024. Maybe this video should have been titled My 2024 Possibilities, because I haven't quite settled on this yet, obviously. The project planner is just a huge monthly layout and a huge, monthly list or goals. This is one of her pop-in pages that you can pop in weekly pages into your monthly. I'm going to pop this out so we can just look at this for right now, but those are her amazing things, amazing innovative products. So here I'm like, well, the monthly's big, and that's nice to note just big things on and see it bigger. Anyway, which one is this? Sunday Start? Yeah, this is Sunday Start too, which is good because I'm not using the weeklies and I would totally prefer Sunday Start on the monthly. So I love that she sent me Sunday Start on those monthlies. I'm like, well, I could use this and you just have a bigger space, and then this would always be folded over, and this would kind of be for my monthly list. But this is an extra page. Once again, I didn't even notice because they're the exact same. You can pop in extras. Look at this, of these project planning pages in here. Is that not amazing? Her innovation, I'm telling you. I knew her planners would explode from the very first review I did, I think back in 2021. Like, she's made a lot of changes since then, but I just knew it was something so different, so innovative, and with her energy and just her creativity, I knew she could take it far. And I'm just so happy to see what's happened with LAUREL Denise. But anyway, every month, and once again, I use this for lots of examples. You can pop in vertical weekly pages even into the monthly project planner. So I was trying to get to a month where I don't have any pop-ins, which these are not called the pop-ins. She has these laminated pop-in dashboards that I think are called the pop-ins. I can't remember. I did that video quite a while ago, but these are just page inserts, I think. So I'm like, this is possible too. It just gives me a huge space, right? It was really fun to have a big space. A bigger space over here, right? And I don't mind when I have blank space. Like, that doesn't scare me. I'm not going to fill all this up, and that's totally fine with me. And then you do have, bigger notes pages in the back here to work with. But I'm like, but do I really need that much space? I'm trying to decide, and I will film a goals video for you when I decide and share which one of these I'm going to use and kind of how I'm going to use it, because it will be different, than trying to incorporate it in my planner. Typically, though, I've done well with not having it incorporated in my planner. Like, as long as it's near me and I can consult it every month and every week. Actually, I try to consult it like weekly. Like, so what is still on my monthly list, right? And what am I wanting to get done? And the more I just handle these in these videos, the more I really think I'm going to start out in the mini. If it ends up being too small, I can always move to the project planner. I love the project planner, but now I'm kind of really feeling like, I also think the mini, total side note, would make a really good gratitude like journal and check-in every night. You could keep it on your nightstand or wherever you do like your nightly check-ins like that. And it could be just writing one thing for the day on like the monthly box, and then writing like a gratitude for the day in this horizontal spot. And then you could also, if you're keeping track of habits, you could do habit trackers every month here. It could even be, are you writing your gratitude every day? A habit tracker for that. And then you could do journaling or reflection here every week. I love that idea, but I already have something I'm going to use for my gratitude journaling for next year. But this is something I would love to use for that at some point, because it's just the perfect size. And I feel like it'd be something really fun to look back on. It seems so manageable and not overwhelming for the space that you have in this mini. For like a gratitude journal, or even this could be for a wellness check-in, just a total, it's like your wellness planner, right? And you could record wellness in it. If you're recording your weights, or record what days you go to the gym, your intentions, did you follow through? This could be your whole mental and physical like wellness planner and check-in, and with all the habit trackers. I love the mini for all those ideas. So even if it's too small for your personal planning like it is for me, it could be perfect for that. All right, next up, we're not going to spend a huge amount of time on this. As you guys know, I love my Ashley Shelly monthly. I do a collab with her now where I get to pick the monthly colors and I have them flow with the seasons, and I use Planner Perfect stickers. She has two sizes, 5x8 and 6x9. I have always used the 5x8 every year. This is our third year, 2024, for our collab, but I used this planner as soon as I found it. Like I think 2 years before my collab, maybe even 3 years, I started using this when I found it because I was like, this is genius instead of my wall calendar, which is so hard to take down. I really didn't have a good wall spot in my office for it either. And it's so hard to take down and change events around. I use only friction pin in this calendar so I can change and move everything around. I also use only friction pin in my content planner. I did not mention that, except on the sticky notes. The sticky notes, I use usually a fine tip Sharpie because they show up really well. But I use only friction pin for my content planner and for this because it's just so nice to be able to move everything around. So this is my Laurel Denise. I am actually going to try the 6x9 size this next year. I never have, but some days get a little squishy on here. But I can fit everything in it. And I only use friction highlighter in here too. I don't love the friction highlighter colors, but it has to be erasable in here. This just gives me bigger lines where I could write bigger. It's not actually more lines. It's the same number of lines, but they're just bigger. So I'm like, do I want to be able to write bigger and maybe see better? Because, you know, I have to wear my reading glasses and my sight has definitely gone. We'll see. It sits up on my acrylic easel. I tested it. It fits well. We'll see if I think I need the bigger. But once I switch to it, like I already started writing stuff for the year. I mean, I think that I'm going to stay in it for the whole year. But I have not placed all my Planner Perfect stickers. Like I like to have at least one sticker every month. So I need to go through and place those. I think I only did the holiday months because I was super excited. I didn't even do December. So that'll be fun. I need to go through and choose my Planner Perfect stickers. I think I know why I didn't place them all because I was still deciding if I was going to go in the 6x9 for the first time or stay in the 5x8. So I think I am going in the 6x9. I think all my collabs are sold out now. They were sold out, and then her printer sent her a few extras they had or found or had been printed. And so she did have some left listed late, just another listing. And I'm not sure if she still has any of those left. But if my collab is sold out with Ashley Shelly, she makes a monthly planner, which is also amazing. She's just chosen her own monthly colors and has beautiful covers too. She also has tabs for these. I did not pull them into here, but if you want to put on monthly tabs, they fit perfectly. I've shared that on Instagram. I don't think I'm going to put it on mine because I don't really think I need them. Also, her monthly colors, if you have my collab, her tabs are either her monthly colors or silver. If you have my collab, you're probably going to want to pick up the silver tabs. They're only $5. They're really amazing quality. And she has a template you can print off to make them really easy to put on. So if you want monthly tabs, she does have that. So you can tell I've already used this. I've already like bent some of the pages because I've been throwing it around here and there. It's already getting well used like this baby. She also sells these clear covers. I don't know if I'm going to put a clear cover on this year. It's a really nice thick cover. Last year covers were a little bit thinner. But if you're putting it in and out of your bag, I would definitely pick up the clear covers. I think they're only like $5 too, and they are an amazing purchase. But last year's covers were a lot thinner, so I chose to put the clear cover on even at home because I'm rough with it. It's always on and off my stand, on and off, writing a million things in it. And you probably saw this crochet clip. It's from a little Etsy company. I will link it down below. It's called Madyson and Marie. I also have rainbow clips from her, and I usually leave it clipped on the back of my Ashley Shelly just because I like the way it looks sitting up on my acrylic easel like that. It makes me happy, but she takes big breaks in her shop because she has little ones that she homeschools. I know she's written up there, and so she's not always there. She doesn't always have inventory up, but you can check her out. So that is my monthly. It's going to be my monthly. Having this daily list notebook is going to be how I am for most of the year, probably like normal. This or in Planner Perfect for my daily list for the year. All right, guys. To wrap us up, we're going to have my journal stack. Journals, gratitude journals, what I've been doing, what I used this year, what I abandoned this year, what I'm going to be in for next year. Let's do the journals really quickly. We're going to run through these a lot more quickly. I've had so many questions about this one. I was using this golden coil, and I love the stuff I put in the beginning I didn't use those blank pages, but I was using it for gratitudes. And I loved it. I used it January through the end of April. Did I? Yep, through the end of April. The very last week of April. And I will just flip through it as I am talking about it. I would use Planner Perfect tip-in cards in here with the double-sided roller tape, Planner Perfect washi every month, and then I would write a different gratitude every day and extra gratitudes, you know, whatever days I had extra gratitudes, write them here. And then at the end of the week, I would pick one of those gratitudes that stood out to me and put it on this sticky note, which I kind of love because I can just look through and read, like, I don't have to read all these, but I can just read that one big gratitude for the week. So I do love this, but I felt like I was getting tired of it at the end of May, and I never feel like I want to push myself to stay in something just for the fact that I do this channel, because I just want to have a completed book and I just want to share it. I just don't feel that way. And so I didn't feel, because I'm lucky to have all these planners, right? I didn't feel, I don't push myself to do something. I started out with planning in here, and then I was like, I'm not going to use it for my planner. So that first week or so was some planning. And so then I was like, I'm going to use it for gratitudes and do this. And it made me really happy. And what I always remind myself, what I've learned, is that to me, it's the process. It's what did I gain from writing my gratitudes every day and picking one every week. It develops me into a different person. It gives me greater happiness to acknowledge all my gratitudes. And that's why I'm doing it. It's not so I can have a completed book. It's not so it can look perfect. It's not so I can look back on it. I've never looked back on this yet. Maybe in years to come I will, but I've never looked back on this yet. And a lot of my gratitudes books I've never looked back on. That's not what it's for. It's about how it served me during that time, how it changed me, what it did for me. If it made me feel better and have a happier life and cultivate what I want in my life, then it was a good practice. So I did not continue that past May. Then for my gratitudes, and that's because I was kind of doing double gratitude things. So I felt like it was kind of overkill, but gratitude can never be overkill. But this I've kept up with the whole year, and now we're starting into December, so I don't see a problem. I think I'm going to finish it. This is my ENGELBREIT it's just her little weekly calendar where one side's horizontal, one side's a picture and a quote. And I wrote a gratitude in here every day. I wrote it with a Sharpie fine tip marker because that is what writes the best on this like slick paper. You're not going to want to use this as your normal planner unless you're using, like, I don't know what else you would want to use, but a Sharpie fine tip marker, or is that extra? It's extra fine. Ultra fine. Ultra fine. I can't read without my reading glasses. Works on this slick paper. And I just loved seeing the picture every week and just writing one gratitude a day. If you want a simple gratitude journal, this is off Amazon. I will link it down below. And it is just a beautiful, easy way to start into gratitudes. Feels very manageable because there's not a huge space. There's a lot of color for motivation, pictures and quotes, and seasonality in it. I have loved this, and I've been consistent the entire year. Then when I went out of my golden coil for gratitudes, as that kind of was an extra, I ended up starting this in, let's see, I went out of that. I stopped that in May and I started this in July. So it wasn't long before I added in another gratitude thing. But I called this my positive pants planner, and I didn't use it as much for that. I mean, picking out positives is like a gratitude. I started out calling it my positive pants planner. When I introduced it to y'all, I was just using an extra ERIN CONDREN vertical, colorful, that I had been given from them. And I loved putting these cut out ENGELBREIT pictures in here. I pre-did this for July through December. I only did that far because I knew I would probably stop in January and do something new. And I am going to. But I put these ENGELBREIT pictures in here ahead of time with the double-sided tape. These are from her previous day-by-day calendars that you tear off, and I just cut them out. You can actually buy previous years of those on Amazon for really cheap. They are linked in my Amazon store. So you can go by previous years, and if you don't care about having the right date lineup and you're just looking for her pictures, I tried to pick ones that went with the seasons, and then I would write positive things from every day. So this wasn't specifically a gratitude. These were positive things from every day, and I have kept up with it all these months. So see, I'm doing more than one like gratitude thing at a time, and that's probably why I kind of go in and out, but that's fine. It serves me at the time. As long as I'm recording my gratitudes in some way and it's making me happy, that's what I'm going for. I love the ERIN CONDREN colors and fonts and paper, and this is a way to use her planner, right? even if I'm not using it for my personal planning. And I love the way the ENGELBREIT pictures look in here on her paper and her nice thick paper. And going into these fall pictures are just my absolute favorites. I loved them on the page. They would motivate me every night to write something. And here we are. And all I did was put the pictures, like I said, through the end of this year. And then I will stop in January, I think, because that's what I feel like doing. I have to change up my gratitudes or I'm not as motivated to do it. But I did love the system. I think if I chose to do this again, though, I might use a horizontal ERIN CONDREN planner just because it lends itself to being able to write longer sentences. But if I did use a horizontal ERIN CONDREN planner, then also I feel like the pictures wouldn't fit anywhere as well. So I'm not sure about that. Something for me to think about. But I love this planner. I love this old ERIN CONDREN cover. And it has indeed made me very happy recording my gratitudes. Along those same lines, I am in this 5-year unbound journal. I have used a Leuchtturm 5-year and already finished it. And this unbound, I only have 1 more year in it and a tiny bit because I started in February. So I have next full year and then I'll just go into February of the year after. And I rotate writing in blue, black, blue, black. I did the same thing in my Leuchtturm. And my Leuchtturm, though, I used for more just like what went on in our family that day or with my boys. And this one I've used for how did I see the hand of the Lord in my life that day. So a blessing, something good where I felt the hand of the Lord in my life that day has been in this 5 years. So that's kind of like a gratitude, but a little bit different. If you want a comparison of an unbound 5-year with a Leuchtturm 5-year, I have that up on YouTube and I will link that video down below. I really do like this one by Unbound Company. It's a really good quality paper, completely different from Leuchtturm, but I like them both. I will link that comparison video. So that's still going on in my journaling. My prayer journal is still going on. I don't prayer journal every day. I am still using Astrology for that. In Astrology A5, just from Amazon, in a Hobonichi cover I've had for years. I love this Hobonichi cover. I love A5 covers from Hobonichi because you can put, Astrology in it. Anything that you want that's an A5 that fits in it. So I'm still using this, but I have also used Off and On Planner Perfect for my prayer journal for the year. And right now I'm actually using that for the month of November as my prayer journal every morning, where I just record thoughts, gratitudes, prayers, whatever I feel like that morning with my scripture study. Simply because when I went out of Planner Perfect using it for my daily list, and I've used it for gratitudes in the past and top 3s for the day. So right now I wanted a use for it because I do love Planner Perfect. I love the washi tape in it. It's so beautiful every month, seasonally. And I love it. And so I wanted a way to use it for this beautiful month of November. And so instead of using this, I'll just go out of my Astrology whenever I want to use Planner Perfect. And I'm using this right now. I do have a whole Planner Perfect playlist if you want to know about it and what I've used it for in the past. I've used them for planning, for journaling, for memory keeping, for gratitudes, for so many things, whatever I need it for. I will link my Planner Perfect playlist down below, and I would start with my Planner Perfect 101 video if you're new to Planner Perfect. And I have a 20% off code, Amanda20. Excludes leather, but you can load up your cart with as much as you want at Planner Perfect, and it has a one-time use only. So that is my Planner Perfect. We're getting down in the stack, you guys. I've mentioned that I actually did an in-depth video for my patrons on this. I mentioned this before, I think, in some stack videos. Whenever I want to track lately my anything about my health. So if I want to track what I'm eating or my weight or exercise or anything about health, I have been doing that in Commit 30 A5 size. It's just a perfect little size that can sit on my dresser by my bed, and I can go in at night and I can track that. So I've been using that for most of this year. I'll go on and off with my tracking. I won't always be tracking that, or I'll be tracking different things. Sometimes I record what I eat, sometimes I don't. I'm not doing that right now. So I just go in and out of whatever I feel like I want to focus on at the time. And for some reason, just the normal Commit 30 planner with the open page and this for each day, you can put different things in the boxes. You decide what you want to track and what you want to write. And just gave me the right amount of space. And being a tiny little book, very easy for me to do health tracking on. In the past, anytime I've done health tracking, I just pick a weekly planner that will work for what I want to track. That's been the best for me. I don't like pre-set up health planners because there's too many boxes, there's too many things to track that doesn't necessarily pertain to me or what I want to track. And so I always do better with a blank slate because I just like to have a blank slate for whatever I need to track. I don't have any discount code for Commit 30 and no affiliate link. I have enjoyed using that. I don't know what I'm going to use for 2024 because I don't have another Commit 30 unless I get one. I certainly have enough planners to choose from, right, you guys, as to what I could use for tracking that. Or I might not even start the year with any tracking because, like I said, I go off and on with doing it throughout the year. A journal that I am going to add in, so this will wrap me up. And the only other journal I haven't showed on here is a scripture journal. I have showed it in previous year stacks. I just didn't grab it to my morning basket. And I have a whole morning basket video with my morning routine and what I do and what's in that basket for this year. I will link that video down below. But I do have a Leuchtturm scripture study journal. That's the only journal I think that I did not bring into this video. But you can see that in my morning basket stack. Not stack, but just my morning basket video. My friend Tara gifted me this beautiful Han meaning their new hardcover kitty cat. It's a beautiful cover. It makes the Hobonichi cousin feel very special. I have a whole video on all the Hobonichis I've used in the past and how I used them. It's really fun. Went through every Hobonichi I've ever used. So I've used cousins in the past. I've never used a Han, and this is my first English cousin to be able to use. Tara gifted this to me, and I was like, okay, I'm going to have to use this for some kind of journaling or whatnot because I'm not going to be using it for my planning. I knew that because I've already tried that in the cousin before. I think I am going to keep it in my scripture study basket in the morning. I'm not sure exactly how I'll utilize the weeklies versus the dailies, but I will let you know. It might be like morning pages. Like I might just, because I've always wanted to be consistent with that. And this would be just 1 page versus 3. I might just write a page every morning of how I'm feeling in here. Or I might write a prayer if that's what I'm feeling that morning. So just this might be my morning writing. And then the weekly might be more coming to record, I don't know, reflection, what happened that week, good things. I'm not sure. So as I use it, I will fill you guys in on that. But I think if I'm consistent with it, this will be a really nice keepsake to have. So we'll see how I do with that this year. But that is the new thing I'm adding in. So I'm taking this out for gratitude, like I said, there in CONDREN. And so I think, this is also going to hold maybe my morning gratitudes. This will still be in my evening journaling, my how I saw the hand of the Lord in my life that day. I think I might utilize this in the morning and the evening. This might be my gratitude catcher, my morning pages, all those kinds of things, all the good feelings. It might also, like I said, hold prayers written on the daily pages. And then I've also shared, I'll pop a picture of it on the screen right now, the Day One journaling app that I started using a little over a year ago. And I use that pretty consistently a couple times a week. I actually love having that digital record. You can put pictures and video in there. I think unless you purchase it, you can only put in 1 picture a day. I ended up purchasing it when they had a 50% off sale after I had been using it for a couple months on the free version. So definitely it's a really cool thing because you can look back on what you wrote the years before on that same day. So it's kind of like a 5-year journal in that way, except all digital. I think because I'm taking out this gratitude, and I'm taking out this gratitude, this will have gratitudes, and this still, I think I would like to focus on having gratitudes recorded digitally that way for me to always look back on. Because I feel like I will look back more on that digitally than I will ever look back on paper journals, although 5 years are really fun to look back on and really easy. Those are my journaling thoughts for the year. Those are my planning thoughts for the year. I'd love to hear if you want to share your stack with me, what journals or planners you're going to be using right now. What is your stack? Because I know we could all change for 2024. And I would love to hear those down below in the comments. I always learn about new planners this way, and I really do like to see what you guys are using and what you're in. I know everyone else will enjoy reading through the comments too. Thanks for being here. Take care of yourselves so you can take care of others. We'll see you next time. Have a beautiful season, you guys.